What's going on, everybody? Critical Aura here. Gonna come at you with game, I believe, number 4 of my commentary series, and we are going to be featuring, of course, LeBlanc. Champion just came out this morning. I paid for it, cash. I don't really care. I've been excited about this champion ever since I first heard about her mimic ability, which I thought was extremely unique. Just a wonderful concept. And we're starting the video out here. I took mid. Started out a little bit late. We are level 3. As you see, I do go straight in to for the kill. Start harassing Sivir ASAP, right on from the early part of the game. She does end up down by the turret, and I do get out of there by the here's my chinny chin chin, so to speak. And I did get first blood. I forgot to capture the first part of the game with fraps, but I did get first blood, and I did get that second kill. Gonna go back and get my sword boots and start kind of weeding my way through how to play this particular champion. She is really hard to play. Don't even, when I saw the champion spotlight and Freak was saying, she's hard to play. If you're good, you're gonna get rewarded for it. If you're not so good, you're probably just gonna be pretty bland, and it's gonna suck for you and the rest of your team. And he's absolutely 100% correct about that. I think I do fairly well at this game, so hopefully you guys agree as well. And I think I can't remember who's on our team, but I do believe we have a Trindamere and Kennen bottom. I believe it's an AP Kennen, and we do have a Cho'Gath top, and they are running a Sivir, LeBlanc as well, Eve. We also have a Yi on our team as well. They also have a Gangplank. So it was a really nice game. I'm really glad I got it frapped. I am running out of hard drive space, so I just squeezed it in there, so I was happy to get it done. So yeah, quick rundown of her abilities. Her Q ability is pretty much your main damaging ability. It's your nuke. It's what you're going to use for your silence. And as you throw it out to your opponent, it's got a relatively short range. It's not too big, but it's not small either. So you throw it out there, it marks the target. I believe for about 3.5 seconds, and the next time you use another one of your abilities on that champion, it is silenced for X amount of seconds. And also, when you hit them, not only does it silence the target, it also deals additional magic damage as well. So that's always nice. And then you have your W ability. That's essentially a blink forward, and as you lunge forward, you pass through certain enemies. It's a relatively short range, honestly. It's not really that far, and I never got a chance to test it out on the terrain, but I imagine you would be able to do just like Trindamere spin or Garagas jump to go through the terrain as well. So I believe you just saw right there. The name of it was Distortion, and you pretty much just lunge forward, dealing magic damage through anything that you pass through. And if you hit it again, it will take you back to your starting point. So it's a really nice ability to just go in, do some damage, and then immediately go back out. If it starts to get a little bit hairy, nice get out of jail free kind of spell there. Also, sorry about the lag there. I don't know where that's coming from, but it didn't show up in game. I'm curious why it's showing up right now when I'm in Windows Movie Maker. So anyways, we also have her E spell, which throws out illusionary chains to set target. Does not go through minions. You need to make sure that you are next to the champion you want to do it to, and be sure that you're at least relatively close to them, and at least the same speed. It's kind of has the same effect as Morgana's ult does. If you eventually get too far away from it, the chains will break and you won't get the effect you want. But You just throw chains out, it latches onto the target. If it stays on there for longer than 2 seconds, that said target is immobilized for 1 second, 1.25, 1.75, so on and so forth. And then her ultimate is, I can't even tell you how excited I am about this ultimate. Not only is it an insanely short cooldown, especially with the max 40% cooldown reduction you can have in the game, which I do recommend getting, by the way, and I do eventually get at the end of this game. It's pretty much mimic. Whatever spell you cast, or whatever spell you casted last, is the spell Mimic will cast, which is why it's called Mimic, obviously. And as you can see right there, the damage output is massive, and I barely have. I don't even think I have 20 ability power here, and I just demolished that Mordekaiser. So yeah, Mimic, pretty much last spell you cast, Mimic will recast it. Really wonderful spell. Not only will it allow you to recast that last spell again, it'll do it with increased damage. So it's just a wonderful ability. Now, for most of this game, the way you use your abilities it just depends on the team situation, where you're at. If you're fighting more than one person, this, and this. You just kind of got to do it on the fly. You got to learn it on the fly. Most of the time in this game, I did straight nuking, just like you saw there with Gangplank, and I just did Q R Q W E. It's just it's an insane amount of damage. It's ridiculous. Doing QRQ really allows you to just melt away the HP. You do that, it takes less than 2 seconds. Go in with a distortion, throw out a chain so they can't get away, and by the time all that's said and done, your Q is back up on cooldown, and you can just keep throwing out more damage. So it's really just, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I play Anivia a lot, and that girl's got some nuking abilities, but Anivia does not hold a candle to LeBlanc. If you're fed early game, you will absolutely demolish everybody. I don't care who you are. So, anyways, sorry I went on to a little rant there. We'll get back to the game here. Looks like Chuck Ass is getting harassed by Eve up there. I do end up coming up and helping him, although I don't really do much, I don't think. And then we got Kennen and Sivir mid, and then Tren and G bottom. And I do end up, going up there. Same deal. Q R Q, lunge with W, and she's pretty much dead by the time I get there. So, just massive amounts of damage with hardly any ability power. I am running a 9-0-21 build. I do take Clarity and Ignites. Obviously, you do the full utility tree for the cooldown reduction, which I think is the most important thing in any build for LeBlanc. The cooldowns itself that you have naturally are really low, and getting that 40%, it's game over. If you know what you're doing, and you know when to use what abilities and when to use Mimic and what to use Mimic with, having that extra cooldown reduction is it's priceless, really. I would say it's the most important thing. I do end up going a little bit of health first off, but I did go ahead and grab Deathfire's Grasp in the beginning, which is a wonderful item to use while you're doing your combos. If you can get it off, it's really nice. Don't know if we try to go for a gank here. I don't believe we do. I do believe they get away. Not much is really going on top or mid. Looks like we do have LeBlanc trying to take the top tower up there. But other than that, not much else is going on. And don't think she's going to be able to get top tower. I didn't really as far as abilities go. I didn't really. I mean, I think I went for the nuke first. I think I prioritized obviously the ult first, and then Q, and then W, and then I did E as the last priority. So looks like we do have Cannon up top, trying to hold it down for us. I make a stop in mid. And got a little skirmish coming down on bottom. Yi does get taken out by Gangplank's poison, I believe. And I come down to make sure Tryndamere is going to be okay there by himself. And it looks like we do have Mord and Gangplank bots for the time being. And Sivir did show up at top as well, trying to harass Kennen pretty hard there. I believe he gets away. And I believe LeBlanc is relatively low right there as well. So definitely doing a very good job holding it down right there. And I do see Sivir come up. I will go ahead and initiate. Just absolutely demolished her. I don't even know what to say. It was awesome. I love playing this champion. She is so amazingly just crazy awesome. It is absolutely fantastic. I don't even know what to say. It's ridiculous. So much fun. My goodness. And we'll end up going back to base here. Get a couple things. And it looks like they're trying to harass Cho and mid right there. And other than that, not much else is going on. Kennen's still harassing LeBlanc up there on top. They were able to take out our bottom tower a while back. Looks like Kennen does take LeBlanc out. She didn't really do all that well this game, although I was fed by Sivir early game, so I'm sure that had quite a bit to do with why I'm doing so well right now. But I don't know. I seem to be pretty good with the champion. A lot of kinks to work out. Chains, distortion, and the new Gangplank got taken out very quickly. Like I said, a few kinks I need to work out. There's a couple instances in this first part of this video where I do end up doing chains as my last ability, mimic chains again, really not maximizing my damage output like I should have been doing, and really still trying to get the combos worked out per each unique situation. But I think overall I do pretty good. But it's going to take a few games to get that whole little vibe and synergy kind of worked out with how you play LeBlanc. And as you saw, Eve did try to kill me there. I think she ends up coming back right at the bottom of the screen there. Obviously she misses. I told her she failed, in which case she did. And it looks like we did finish off Deathfire Grasp there, and I do believe I start working on the crystal. I was going to go for a Soul Stealer, but I honestly didn't know how good I was going to do. And even though I'm 9-0, we're not quite late game yet, and I didn't really know how I was going to do in team fights, so I